Welcome to Fable Network News. My name is Sean.
And my name is Alex, and each week we'll be bringing you some of the top stories and opportunities that you can apply for that we've found or that have been submitted to us.
We'll be sending out the headlines every Monday morning to kickstart your week.
Absolutely. So let's get started.
First up, we have a casting call from Lorna Reese and Gobbledygook Theatre. They are looking for movement and physical theatre performers who are confident with singing, devising, and performing in large theatre masks. Lorna Reese is looking for performers to premiere a new piece of work called Geophonic. This is a piece that will then tour more in 2022, date and duration to be confirmed. Geophonic will be a site-responsive performance piece and sound walk. It will encourage audiences to listen to the geological processes of the Earth. The project will initially take place in the southwest and Dorset area. There's a payment of 9 days and it's £200 a day, so that's £1,800 in total. The deadline for that is the 12th of April, 2021.
Next up, we have Jack Chamberlain, and he's doing a call out for performers for a video game-based R&D. He's looking for 3 Yorkshire-based performers with an interest, understanding, and passion for video games. Now, Jack Chamberlain is a Hull-based theatre maker, and the R&D is 3 weeks, and it's to develop a new show inspired by games and the gaming industry in general. He's also working with VR, AR, and game production company Beta Jester, writer Maureen Lennon, composer James Frewer, and a dramaturg Joe Hakeem. And so he's using video games to experiment with immersive theatrical experiences. Pay is £100 a day for 16 days, so £1,600 in total, and that will consist of 15 days of R&D and 1 evaluation day at the end. Travel and accommodation will be provided for those living outside of Hull, and the deadline to get back in touch with him is Friday the 19th of March.
Next up, we have a call for artists from Enteleki Arts and Coventry City of Culture. This is for Coventry-based artists specifically, but for multiple disciplines. This is to take part in the Theatre of Wandering, which is a new community for theatre performance that's going to be created with the residents of the Bull Hill neighbourhood in Coventry and presented in the city centre as part of the Coventry City of Culture. There are 4 commissions for artists of different disciplines that tie into the project available. There's one for a sound artist, one for an engagement artist, one for a dramaturg/writer, and one for an animation artist. Applicants must have a CV, Coventry postcode, or have worked previously in Coventry in the last 2 years, and they should be able to demonstrate significant knowledge of the area of Coventry and its communities. The deadline for that is the 25th of March.
We also have the Handlebars, and they are setting up their Gear Shift Artist Development Programme. And this is for early career artists across all art forms with an environmentally minded idea that they wish to develop. So 4 artists from any background, any discipline will receive support and mentorship to help them produce new projects in sustainable ways. Each Gear Shift participant will receive 10 hours of bespoke mentorship, development and shadowing sessions from Tom Dixon and Paul Moss, the founding producers of the Handlebars, working to increase the participants' skill sets in production, in fundraising, and the art of bringing a creative project to life. The programme will take place between April and October 2021, and the deadline to apply is 31st of March.
Next up, we have one from the Belgrade Theatre, and they're running a media academy, again for Coventry-based artists, but they're looking for filmmakers, photographers, editors, or journalists aged between 18 to 30. It's over a 6-month period. Participants are going to develop their media skills and receive free training from industry professionals to be able to produce and showcase new work and receive free mentoring from the Belgrade staff. The programme will be structured around the needs and interests of the group. There will be opportunities to learn about cinematography, sound recording, filming for TV, and many more. Sessions will take place weekly over Zoom or in person, and when it is safe to do so. And the sessions will be between an hour and a half to 2 hours long. The deadline for applying for this is Monday, the 22nd of March.
Next up, we've got Strike a Light, and they are doing a producer call out for a co-created program. They're looking for an experienced producer who is interested in producing a program of work that is co-created with artists and communities of the Gloucester area. So the program itself is called Gloucester Presents, and it's aimed at bringing together local and national artists and community members and supporting them in bringing their ideas to life and giving them the time and support to see what they can create. This is an initial freelance contract role for 1 year, but the contract can be updated to reflect the developing projects that happen over the year. And the fee is £15,000 based on £150 to £200 per day. Applicants don't need to be Gloucester-based, as much of the work can be done remotely, but some face-to-face work will be required when restrictions allow and reasonable travel and accommodation expenses can be covered. Deadline for that one is Tuesday, the 30th of March.
Now we have the Space, and they're doing their traditional open call for their summer season in 2021. They're looking for new, emerging and established theatre makers who have work that is at the later stages of development or it is ready for the stage now. The Space are working proposals from theatre makers as they programme both their summer season, which is between May and August, and some possible live stream performance slots in April and May. They are particularly interested to hear of theatre pieces with good narratives lasting between 45 minutes to 60 minutes, especially those that touch on the following themes: humans and superhumans, pure comedy, unconventional love, protect the planet, and digital dystopia. There are no upfront costs as they offer a box office split, as well as full live streaming support and equipment, free rehearsal space, and a full box office and marketing support. What more can you ask for? The deadline is Monday, the 22nd of March at 5 p.m.
Next up, we have a submission. This one comes to us from Jen Moss of Tablespoon Theatre for their production of Dear Dead Jason. Dear Dead Jason is a digital meme-filled play about young widowhood and the dangers of toxic positivity. The show is looking to raise money for Cruise Bereavement, a UK grief charity, so donations are encouraged and you should go along and watch. The play is part of the Potluck Festival happening from the 26th to the 28th of March. Head to tablespoontheatre.com to grab your tickets and watch Dear Dead Jason.
Last of all, we have Fable friend Applecart Arts, who are running a series of workshops as part of their Seeds 2021 program, or Seeds 21 program. This workshop they've got coming up, happening tomorrow, is about developing character and narrative. So it's particularly for writers, but it's for anyone aged between the ages of 12 and 18, so some of our younger writers. It's happening place tomorrow between 6:30 and 8 p.m, and all the details for that workshop can be found online at their website.
And that's the news for this week. To get more information on all of today's headlines that you've seen, or to let us know about your own news and opportunities coming up, head to fableworkshop.co.uk.
And make sure you sign up to our newsletter so you receive all the headlines as we release them.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again on the next Fable Network News.